Today we're going to look at Byte's most recent update and why it may be the most significant yet. I'm Jeff with Titan FPV, and you're going to acquire some knowledge today. This is the July 23rd, 2021 firmware. It's the latest at the time of making this video. There's been a new OSD font implemented. A lot of people complain that the original was ugly and hard to see, so the OSD font has been updated. There's a new auto scan switch. You can turn it off and Byte will return to the channel that you previously used last. There's also a Vrx Osd. It's going to give you the recording status and signal strength for each Vrx antenna. So that's going to be an improvement. You can see when you're dropping out of coverage, hopefully a little bit more quickly. Pip Mode has been added for all you racers. We've also had an option added to change the recording mode. You can turn it to manual or you can leave it to auto, and as soon as the Vrx gets a good signal, it will start recording for you. On the race VTX only, we've added smart audio, so you could switch through channels if you're previously familiar with using smart audio. And a big deal in this update, for me anyway, is the .mov recording format. So as you previously know, the files were saved in a .ts format just for the ability to review DVR footage there if it's powered off. If the Vrx is powered off accidentally, it will automatically save the file and it won't be corrupted. But in general, I believe that the .mov format is going to give you better quality, and it's also compatible natively with iOS devices and a lot of other devices, so you don't have to convert the files before you throw them into an editor. So for me, that's a big deal. The calibration mode has been added for the 25 milliwatt setting. Another one of the biggest features for this update, there's been an option added to disable the Betaflight Osd. After the canvas mode update, the full Betaflight Osd was available on Byte, but previously that was recorded along with the DVR. Now there's an option to disable that, so if you want to just use that for edits, you could disable the OSD. So that's another big win in this update. And of course, some bugs were squashed. As you can see, this part of the DVR was recorded with the Betaflight Osd. You can see the recording indicator there in the upper right. This will appear in the goggles as red when it is recording and as white when it's not recording. There is an option, as I stated earlier there, to disable the auto recording feature, and you can manually enable it by long pressing the button there on the Vrx. You can see the new font. I don't remember specifically what font this is, but currently there's not an option for more than one font. I don't know if Carl plans to add that in the near future, but I wouldn't be surprised. I didn't experience any glitching on my OSD. It's much more consistent versus the test firmware that I've used in the past. This is running Betaflight 4.2.9. Betaflight plans to increase the DisplayPort buffer size in 4.3, so even more OSD elements will work correctly there without causing any glitching. The updates don't stop with just software. There is a new camera on the horizon. Matter of fact, it should come out any day now. It's the HD0 camera. You can get it directly on the HD0 website when it's available. It's still going through some testing, so hopefully it'll be available soon. I do plan to purchase that camera, and it will be coming to the channel. Ryan Quellet has already been testing the camera. He's uploaded some footage there. I'm not going to do like most other people and steal his footage. This was shot with the Foxeer Digisight V1, but Ryan's got a video there on his channel. He's got a lot of good stuff there. You should definitely check it out. I'll post a link in the video description, so take a look at that video and his channel as well. Another thing, actually the thing that I've heard the most, just is the ShareAlike is essentially analog. There's no point. It's worse quality than DJI, and there's just no reason to upgrade. It's either DJI and that's it. But as you see, ShareAlike does have a lot of benefits other than just the size. You are getting the full Betaflight Osd. That has also been implemented, I believe, in some test builds of iNav, as well as Falco X. So these are things that DJI just doesn't have. I don't know if those are in the works for DJI. I know you can, build custom versions of Betaflight to support more OSD elements with DJI, but a lot of end users just aren't going to do that. So Carl's really putting in some work here. He's listening to our feedback as reviewers and testers, so we definitely appreciate that. Another thing that you may want to consider ShareAlike is due to the fact that the chip shortage, DJI products just aren't in stock. Recently you've been seeing the Caddx Polar. It's coming up as a viable option there to replace the traditional Vistas with the DJI cam. I don't believe the DJI cam is going to be available anymore. I believe it's going to be replaced with the Nebula Pro. And on the Caddx Micro Air unit, there's I believe it's similar version to the Nebula Pro. Polar's got a different sensor as well, but it only offers high quality mode there. I don't think it's got a low latency option there. So with the rising cost of DJI, I think it's gone up for a Vista, I believe about $20 since launch. I think they launched at about $159. I think they're up to $179 now. With ShareAlike, the Whoop PTX is $50. I don't really consider the 500 milliwatt board an option. I wasn't that impressed, and to me it's just not worth $100. So I would rule that out for the time being there. There is supposed to be a long range board coming out. I will also be picking that up, so that may be an option here in the future. But a lot of us do fly micros, and even on larger craft. I mean, I have this on a 5-inch as well. As you can see, 200 milliwatts does plenty fine for most of your applications there, unless you're flying any bandos. Then that higher output VTX is going to be a great option for you. So, but you'll see in the HD zero cam footage on Ryan's channel that it's essentially a RunCam MIPI that's also available for DJI. It's compatible with ShareAlike. No, the RunCam MIPI itself is not compatible, so don't purchase that in hopes that it will be compatible. The video performance is on par with DJI in my opinion. So you're going to get the lower latency of ShareAlike with the quality of near close to DJI. And I believe that camera is going to be around $40 when it's available. So that's going to be around $100 or less than $100 for a complete ShareAlike video setup there. Thanks again for tuning in. If you're already subscribed, please do so. Hit that like, leave a comment. I'll get back with you as soon as I can. And we'll catch you in the next one.